Here with us now to talk about the ways in which Chicago is preparing for such a major political event, anchor and reporter Ben Bradley from our Chicago affiliate. Ben, great as always to see you. Before we talk about the union reaction to this cancellation, just how often are days off cancels here in Chicago? Because it seems like it's something that happens pretty frequently.
Yeah, it was the go-to strategy of the last police superintendent here in Chicago, to the point that it became such a lightning rod issue because we were seeing officer suicides increase, morale had tanked, and even police stats about how often officers were stopping people, making contact with the public. All of those stats went in the wrong direction. And so when a new police superintendent came in under this progressive mayor, Brandon Johnson, one of the things he said was he was going to not totally stop canceling officers' days off, but make a concerted effort to curtail the process. But Chicago, like many other big city police departments, has had a hard time filling its ranks. We're down about 2,000 officers from our peak, and so they have had to use this strategy to get enough officers on the street. Throw in a big event like NASCAR weekend in Chicago that you had last week, or the Democratic National Convention, and the strain on an already strained police department just grows.
Absolutely, Ben. So the union, the police union president voicing real concerns. I mean, those are very valid, but is there really anything that can be done once the superintendent has made these cancellations? Is that just the way it is?
Well, the superintendent would say that they had actually slowed the process of canceling officers' days off. He said it was down about 70% from the worst years during and just after COVID. But look, everybody in this city knows the Democratic National Convention is an all-hands-on-deck scenario. And so every police officer has known that they were going to have to work. In fact, 80 Chicago police officers are going to be up in Milwaukee next week as part of a mutual aid system to provide security for the Republican National Convention. So none of this is unexpected. I think what adds a lot of strain for officers is you have traditionally very violent weekends in the summer. Over the long July 4th holiday weekend here, we had more than 100 people shot in the city of Chicago, and that was despite having officers' days off canceled.
Right, absolutely. And again, that was over the NASCAR weekend, as you mentioned. So with this huge event coming to the city of Chicago, is the city prepared for everything that will come along with it, including the very much expected protests?
Well, every political convention has protests. I was in Cleveland for the Republican National Convention in 2016, and there were some chaotic protests. But keep in mind, local police are just one layer of the security strategies put in place for these conventions. You have local police, you have county sheriffs, you have state police, and fundamentally the buck stops with the United States Secret Service, in addition to the alphabet soup of other federal law enforcement agencies that will be here and in Milwaukee securing convention goers as well as the rest of the city. You know, are they prepared? They say they're prepared. We'll have to see.
We will have to see. And Ben, while we have you here, obviously all of the talk for the past now 2 weeks plus has been about President Biden, his mental acuity. We're seeing more Democrats calling for him to step down. And there are some Illinois Democrats who are also joining the calls for the president to step down. Is that correct?
Nichole, I've seen your reporting on it. It's interesting. A lot of the national Democrats or other members of Congress, not from Illinois, that I should say, who have called on President Biden to step aside, many of them are in competitive swing districts or swing parts of the country. We have two congressmen from the Chicago area, Brad Schneider and Mike Quigley, who have been out front saying that President Biden should step aside. And I should point out, neither man is in danger of losing their seat. Mike Quigley has been in Congress for a very long time. He's a Democrat from the city of Chicago, not in danger of losing a seat to a Republican. And then Brad Schneider, who represents the northern suburbs. He's been in Congress quite a while, and he has called on the president to let somebody else enter the race. So it's just an example of how this has played out, sometimes regardless of whether or not you know, a particular district is up for grabs.
Yeah, we will certainly see what happens. Anchor and reporter here in Chicago, Ben Bradley. Great to see you as always. Thank you.
Thanks, Nichole.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.